Hi, welcome back to West Coast Geeks. I'm your host, Joaquin. How we doing, people? Today's going to be a short video involving like the Planescapes accessories you can add. So Planescapes is going to be released in 5e. It's just around the corner, about a few months. And I was like looking through the stuff I have, and I narrowed it down to like five products. Well, five product groups where you can introduce your players to Planescape, because in essence Planescape's going to be kind of like what they did with Ravenloft. They're probably going to give you a little bit of this, a little bit of that, tell you who the cities are, tell you a little bit about the factions, and with that you're going to be wanting a lot more information. So these are the five different groups that I wanted to put together of information of accessories or books, or even in some cases the expensive box set. So whether you're lucky enough to have them or you can download them, however way you can, or you can pay for it by whatever service you choose, then these are the ones that I would recommend to get first, because these are going to help you expand your ideas for your campaign, or in some cases your game. So let's get into that. So the first is the the Factoris Manifesto. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Factoris. See, this is what happens when Eric's not here. I hear you just for kicks. So this just dives into the 15 different factions that are in the city of Doors. And if you want to really expand on these different factions, and you want your characters to maybe play starting out in the city where they would be part of one of these factions, then this would be a great book to get. If you're not going to go heavy into the factions, or you don't know if you are, then the next product I would definitely recommend is the Faction Wars. Ooh, cool cover. So basically, it's like 6 centuries ago, there's been a peace, and you have all these warring factions, and they haven't been warring in a sense that they're always constantly fighting each other. They do in a subtle way, because the Lady of Pain has forbidden them to go at each other's throat. But they are in competition for followers. So think of this as kind of like a holy war between all these different factions on who's right about their philosophies. So in this adventure, the player characters are going to be introduced to that, and it takes them from, hold on, I forgot what it takes them from. I want to say it takes them from like first to 10th level, something about that. It's a 120-page adventure that tracks the war from the nefarious origins through the bitter battles to the ultimate resolution and beyond, and puts the future of Sigil in the hands of the player characters. This book reveals secrets, unravels mysteries, brings along simmering plots to a head, and marks the beginning of a new era for the City of Doors. So, if you want to concentrate on factions, um, this would be the one of these two products would be a good start. Like I said, if you don't want the player characters to really join a faction and evolve the adventure or the campaign around that, I would definitely go with the Faction Wars. So next up, number 4. Oh, just a plain adventure. This one is, I've always enjoyed this one. It's called The Dead Gods by Monty Cook. And it's broken up into 2 parts that you can either play separate or you can put them together. So here, Dead Gods, Dead Gods is a 176-page adventuring book. featuring 2 scenarios that can be played separately or linked together. In the first, the heroes are drawn into an epic quest to uncover the secrets behind the return of an infamous advanced Dungeons and Dragons villain long thought dead. That right there is like, I'm in. In the second, the city of Sigil threatens to explode in a faction war. Oh, who knew faction wars? For control of the old church and a mysterious force lurking within. Dead Gods, I just love the adventure title for that too. Come on, people. Dead Gods also features the monster com, compendium. No, I mispronounced that wrong. Damn you, Eric, for not being here. You could help me out with my dyslexia. Sometimes I feel like I gotta point that out because I don't hear about it in the comment section, but it's like, hey, I got speech impediment and dyslexia. So give me some style points for trying. For a brand new Fiends, full color illustrations to bring new scenes alive for players, and a poster sheet of maps for the Dungeon Master. Dead Gods builds on the story elements first explored in the Planescape adventure anthology, The Great Moltron March. Now, I'm also going to be talking about that, but this falls as number 4, where you can just introduce them, or you can introduce them to when they're higher up level to play this, or they can just follow through the whole thing and make this like a small little campaign if they are enjoying Planescapes. All right, so number 3 is probably what most people envision with like going into Planescapes, as far as like, going down to like hell and the abyss, or maybe going up to the celestial planes like the Seven Heavens, and I can't think of the other ones offhand, but you know what I'm talking about. Faces of Evil, The Fiends, another book by Monty Cook. Oh, this one's by Colin McComb. Sorry, dude. So, this supplement is good for DMs who really want to have a better understanding of the abyss and of demons and devils, and want to come up with adventure ideas to why their player characters would have to go down there on a quest, and hopefully let the dungeon masters know that where they're going into is a very dangerous place. They could, the party can never defeat evil down there, not even come close. All they can do is maybe retrieve a person, find a magical item that's been taken, or just go exploring because they know that there's treasure down there. They do go into a lot of history where there are a lot of fun facts and some other facts that it's just for you, for the DM. So if you're the dungeon master, I would highly recommend this book if you want your player characters to go down the fiend route. If you don't, there are several adventures that you can get to help you develop your own little campaign around that module, like expand upon it. Or, now this one's going to be expensive to find because these run, like, on average, box sets are now anywhere between, I don't know, $250 and $500 a box, depending on condition. And the Blood War, Hellbound, they have an adventure in there, but this really goes into the brief history of the Blood War. Like I said, they don't go into everything because there's a lot of material to cover, but they highlight things. They highlight the personal views of some of the demons and devils on what their private objective is on top of the war. Oh, I was right about Monty Cook. Yeah, he's in there. And Colin McComb, but not right about the Faces of Fiends. All right. So you get some cool products. This is like just a short video where I am going to be going over all these products in depth, especially like the box set here, where I'll show you what you get and talk a little bit about it. Again, this is mostly a DM's book, especially the Faces of the Fiends. You really don't want your player characters knowing about that. It's stuff that they should discover. So if you're into, having your characters be part of the Blood Wars, then this is a product for you. And now, number 2. I love this adventure, The Great Moldron March. And this is broken up into, I want to say, 10 or 11 adventures that can be played at, you can just run it straight through, or depending on the level of the player character, this is also a good way to introduce them into the multiverse. The Great Moltron March anthology features 11 adventures for characters ranging from 1st to 10, which is cool, as well as new information about the Moldrons of Mechanus. Each adventure can be played separately or linked together to form an extended campaign. The Moldron process touches every outer plane in turn and isn't always welcome. On the unserving path, the clockwork creatures will destroy celestial towns, be attacked by evil knights intent on using their Moltron parts in foul experiments, and lead characters onto a deadly plane of the abyss and into the famous prime material labyrinths of the Undermountain. Oh. Without help, they will be lost in the swirling chaos of limbo, which is never a good thing, or even fail to complete the march entirely. Oh man, you don't want that to happen, trust me. And along the route, every blood on the plane seeks the answer to the most important question. Why have the Moldrons abandoned their normal, lawful schedule to march years before they are due? So, like up in here, the little caption's like a big bold black. The next march wasn't due for another 189 years. Try telling that to the Moldrons. Dun, dun, dun. So, that module, and along with the Dead Gods, I'm really going to go into and do separate videos on that and help DMs prepare for that. And so, even though you're going to be buying the 5e, if you get a chance to, or you happen to own the Planescape campaign setting, then you're lucky. And if you want to shell out the bucks for the original box, they come with a lot of cool maps that I kind of showcased already. And they do give a really good book on, Jeez, I need Eric here to correct my pronunciation in English. They do have a good book that introduces player characters who are new to Sigil and basically new to the planes. And this writing style was unique for the time because they put it into a first-person perspective, or maybe a second. Either way, they're having a person talk to you about what's going on. So instead of just saying, the planes are blah, 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 and treating it like a science book, which is what they did in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons when they first introduced the manual of the planes, I think it was that. It read like that. And so a lot of people are like, okay, cool. It was mostly for like DMs who just wanted to have a better explanation of what was going on and help them that flesh out whatever part of the campaign if they ever happen to explore different planes. But this all brought it together and really put traveling to different planes on the map, so to speak. So that's it. I wanted to keep this video under 10. Didn't do that. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment below which of these products that you would really be interested in learning more about, and I'll start off with that one. And hopefully Eric and I will get together next week to continue the Player's Handbook along with the Underdark, which is something I really want to get into. So I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Take care.